Standing for him. Okay, we're gonna get going. Alright then.
Right.
Alrighty. Welcome everybody to your coverage of UK Dota's Fraggin Rights tournament. We're actually going to have our first game loading up right now. It's going to be between That's What You Get versus Last Five. And I'm not on my own today. I'm actually joined by a good friend of mine named Vamp.
Oh,
How's it going, man?
going well. This should be a good game. I think That's What You Get are keen favourites, but hopefully last five can try and bring something to the table.
I do hope so indeed. I would not like the first game to be a pretty one-sided game, but I honestly do expect it to be. But we shall see. Maybe they can pull something off. Who knows?
So maybe someone tries to patch being in, but
We could see some Spirit Breaker pickups. Who knows? Kind of hoping for it, but I believe that Dre Ranger, as well as Centaur and Silencer, are all out of Captain's mode. And I think you've just cut out, Vamp. I can't hear you anymore.
for some reason when I load into Dota, my mic boost sometimes cuts out. My bad there.
You know, I've never found anybody else with that bug, but the same thing happens to me. My mic turns itself all the way down to 0 in Windows. I have to turn it up. Yeah, someone else has that bug then. Okay, so we're going to see the Temper Assassin Band-Aid by Last Five, as well as the Bat Rider from That's What You Get, and the Jakiro from That's What You Get too. And the Invoker finally for Last Five banned out, and then we're going to go into the first set of drafting.
These standards bands there, apart from the Invoker. The Invoker did get a bit of a nerf. It's not really, I think, as strong as others like that. Undying, which is now picked up by That's What You Get. It's a very strong pick.
It's a strong pick, but I'm fairly surprised that it's picked up this early. It's giving quite a lot away of what they want to do. But yeah, Last Five are going to have a lot of problems trying to shut this Undying down.
See what Yamakin's got in mind then with his first two picks.
I don't really think he knows how to counter Undying. What would you say would actually do well in shutting him down?
It's very difficult to shut him down, especially if you run an aggressive try. There's his Q skill that obviously steals the strength is so strong in a try, because you can hit maybe 3 people with one and it just dominates the lane.
Getting so much health as well. It's just like having a fully morphed strength morph. So difficult. But yeah, we're going to see what Last Five pick up for their first two here. They're going to go with a Darkseer. That's unsurprising. Stick him in that off lane, get him some levels, and try and win the team fights.
Darkseer's a very strong pick, but That's What You Get are very comfortable against the Darkseer, so I don't think they're going to be too concerned against that, but it is a strong pick. And the Leshrac comes out as well, Leshrac being a very strong support, but they could also run this mid. They've got a lot of choice so far.
I do find it unlikely that they'll run the Leshrac mid. I don't believe that Sam actually plays Leshrac that often. Sam does like his heroes, like his Invokers and his Pudges. I think Pudge being one of his favourites, so it wouldn't surprise me if he grabs that one. But the Venomancer is going to be the follow-up pick from That's What You Get. So it's going to be a strong support, possibly roaming. And the Queen of Pain, probably going to see that in the mid lane.
Yep, pretty standard picks as well there. Venomancer is one of the strongest supports with that big slow level 1. 50% slow, strongest skill, a lot of people think.
As well as those Plague Wards, which gives so much vision. Makes it so hard for them to gank the Undying. Not that ganking Undying's hard enough as it is anyway.
Very true. Especially that Tombstone from Undying, it's so strong, they're going to have to really focus that in team fights. If they allow that to stay up for ages, it's going to be strong. Oh, the Naga pick.
What do you think about this Naga pick as well? What does it actually bring to the table for Last Five?
Not sure. Naga, when it first came out, was so strong. It was really picked up all band every game. But now Naga is kind of fading out. I think it's not as strong.
She's lost a lot of her base damage as well, so we're going to see how she farms though. We're going to keep up with her. Have a look. But we are seeing the bands coming down now for the second stage. It's going to be Enigma as well as Tidehunter from That's What You Get, and the Sand King being and the Broomer picked banned out by Last Five. So that's a lot of team fight heroes banned out from both teams. And finally the Shadow Demon for That's What You Get.
They had to take that Shadow Demon out, especially with the Leshrac. If they set up from the abrupt into the Leshrac stun, it's very strong, very difficult to play against and strong for Last Five.
Heroes like Venomancer could get picked off very easy by that. And the Anti-Mage was the final ban from Last Five. I think I remember Bustin's Anti-Mage from the last tournament. was
Buster
absolutely
plays a very good
crazy.
one.
It was the grand finals, I believe. Had himself something like 800 goal per minute in the last game. Dominated
Yeah,
the
that was
game.
against my team. He's very strong. We thought that maybe if we took over the game, just left him, we could maybe win, but he was just too strong when he came out of his farming.
It seems like a pretty legit strategy. Let's just leave the anti-major on for 40 minutes and see what happens. But we are going to see the Ruby picked up from That's What You Get. This could be the solo mid. They might actually have Will run the Queen of Pain on the off lane.
Still got a couple of choices.
But they could also see him as a support in an aggressive tri lane. It will set up very well for the Undying and the Venomancer.
Definitely.
Yamakin, he still needs that mid laner if it's not going to be Lestrak. And they're going to put the Fury on, most likely in the woods, and have a dual lane in top with Lestrak and Naga Siren.
Yeah, that works as well with the net into the Leshrac stun. That's a very good setup. But against an aggressive tri lane that looks like it's going to be coming out from That's What You Get, they're going to struggle, I think, to get any kills.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you do see That's What You Get contesting the tri lane in top. Well, we will see. What do we still have to pick up here for That's What You Get? They could still take somebody in the woods, but Enigma's been banned out and Furon's been picked up. We could see a Nakes pick up perhaps. Because they don't really have any very strong right click power.
That's very true. They've got a lot of options here. They can take nearly everything. They could take a jungler, support.
Could even still be a mid laner. Who knows? Queen of Pain could go on the off lane with Rubik support, of course.
The only set thing so far is that the Venomancer will be with the Undying.
Unless he starts roaming around the map, who knows? It could happen, man. It could happen. But it's most likely going to be a support Venomancer with Undying in that lane. But they are eating for their reserve time.
Last 5 teams so far, I think, is looking very strong. It just depends on that Naga, how shut down she does get by. That's what you get. If it does manage to get farm, I think last 5 are looking very strong. And a Tinker pickup, so that's definitely a Tinker mid with a Rubik support and Quap off lane.
And who is actually their mid laner is Jack, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah, I think Jack will be taking that Tinker, but maybe even somebody else if Jack's not comfortable on it.
We will see. I believe I have seen Jack play Tinker a few times before. And he does do
They do
very
have
well.
a lot of choice even with their players. They have Bustin, Will, Jack, all can play mid.
And how are last 5 going to counter this? They still need their own mid laner. What can they put up against this Tinker?
I'm not sure from the bans as well that are there. No, I don't think there's much left really in the pool. We'll have to see what Yamakin comes up with.
It's got to be someone that can survive. I mean, this Tinker's going to have a lot of nuking power. It can't be someone that right clicks because of the laser. And it can't be someone with a low hit pool. Beastmaster could probably do well. But I'm not sure if they want to run
definitely. Taking a long think about this, and I think they need to. It's very important. If the Tinker does take over the mid lane, then it's going to be very difficult because he will push all the lanes out, and the Naga will not be able to get anything.
Night Stalker. That's a pretty decent pickup actually. So they're going to be looking to possibly just leave the Tinker alone for a little while and go into ganking mode when he hits that first night time.
A couple of hours ago, watched Ferrari 430 play the Night Stalker mid. IG versus Orange, and his Night Stalker was very strong, but it is a difficult role to play.
Yeah.
Because you have to mix up your night times, whether you're going to farm or gank. You play a gank orientated Night Stalker and it doesn't pay off. It's very costly.
We're going to see if the Sandface can actually manage this one. So we're just going to jump ourselves into the game. We do have a disconnect coming out from Dot Boss, but he's going to get himself back in. We're going to run over the teams very quickly then. So I'm going to go over the Radiant. We've got Taking Care of Business, going to be playing that Rubik on support. Jack's going to be playing that Queen of Pain. So we could see that going off lane then, if Will's playing the Tinker. But I don't know, because Will is their offlane player, I believe. Could be anything.
Yep.
But yeah, Jack's on the Queen of Pain. Will's going to be playing up at Tinker. Bustin on the Undying, and finally Whelp on the Venomancer. And you can feel free to run over the Dire.
So the Dire, we've got the Flying Falcon taking the Prophet, which is probably going to go in the jungle. We've got Yamakin taking up what seems to be a support Leshrac. to go with the Naga Siren. I think they will be sending up the short lane. Lewis is taking the Darkseer, which will be going the off lane, and Samface rounds up the team with a Night Stalker mid.
Mm. So yeah, it will be Dot Boss on that Naga Siren, and they're just asking if they can swap heroes
Oh,
in Captain's mode. So I'm guessing
Yamakin just swapped with Lewis there.
yeah. So it's actually going to be Lewis on the Strat and Yamakin on the offlane Darkseer. We could actually see a mix-up and see Falcon taking the Furion in that bottom lane with Yamakin in the jungle Darkseer, but I don't know. Not until the game resumes can we actually see where these lanes are going. There's the final pick up with the Naga Siren from Dot Boss. We should be ready to get going.
I think the plan for the Radiant team is that Will is going to solo against the Darkseer, which he will be very comfortable, I think, taking.
Yeah, and
Jack
that will
will take the
leave
mid.
Jack in the mid lane. And
Because the Shadow Strike against the Night Stalker is very strong. Harass.
and Jack also going for this early bottle rush build. Actually, he has picked up a circlet, so he might not, but it most likely will be.
Jack is heading to the bottom lane, and Tinker is going mid, so.
It will be this aggressive tri lane. They're going to contest it. And this spells bad news for Yamakin's side. Maybe the last 5 going to cope with this. They are taking a Darkseer up. They might be moving as 5 to just go and try and get some wards down.
I think they know that with the Undying pick, they will be running an aggressive tri lane, so I don't know if they're thinking about maybe trying to defend the ward spot, but they haven't moved quick enough, and Venomancer should be able to get his wards down to block the creep pulls.
Yeah, they've took a hell of a lot of time here, moving out. They've actually pulled some regen for Doc Boss as well. They've given him a set of tangos because he did go for that Wraith Band start, which is a little confusing. I'm surprised he hasn't got a Stout Shield because he's going to be taking so much harass from this tri lane.
Very odd choice there. I think he may struggle because he's taken that to improve his last hitting, but I'm not sure he's going to have much chance with the Venomancer and Rubik harass.
I think he needs to concern himself more with surviving rather than last hitting in this lane.
Indeed.
But yeah, we do actually have Jacko in the off lane, and Will's going to be taking the Tinker middle.
The battle begins.
Oh, the few entries just ran out there, but he's going to be a regen ruining bottom, so nobody really wants that.
Bustin is taking this Undying as a carry, I guess, with the tri lane, and he's going to try and take over the mid game, so that's what you get. Pretty much aiming for a mid game end here. Tinker and the Undying becoming too strong for L5 to be able to test with.
Oh, Venomancer and Rubik, they're actually roaming around, trying to find his Furion in the woods. But the trains have scared him out pretty well, and they've actually put a sentry ward to block the easy camp for the Furion. And there's a lot of aggressive wards coming out for the Radiant here. They do have this one in the top lane, which is going to be so easy to pick off any hero that attempts to do some pulling. But they've also blocked the pull spot off as well.
Very good there to put that sentry ward down on the easiest camp in the dire jungle. Stops.
We actually see some aggression going on in the top lane. Ruby's going to lift him up, and that will be the death of Lewis for first blood. Bustin picking up an easy first blood there. And Naga Siren, why is she coming back in for this? That might actually be a double kill coming out. She's going to meet a tango, and Bustin's tanking up a lot of this tower damage. And he's just going to have to leave her as she goes into the trees. But first blood picks up for the... That's what you get here.
That's why this tri lane is so strong even in the early game. Just the pick up by Rubik, followed by the Gale by Venomancer.
Oh, it's going to happen
So
again.
it
Doc
comes
Boss
again.
getting picked up. There's actually no mana for the Gale though, but this should be enough to pick him off. The Fadebot goes down. He's one right click away, and
Bustin's just
Bustin,
going to dive him here.
he is going to chase.
Got his decay up if he sees it. There
He
it goes.
does actually hit,
And the last
and
hit.
there we go. Double kill for the Undying. And Lewis now, he might actually get some collateral. Welpy's going to go down on the Venomancer. And now he's going to... The Tombstone goes down by Busted. Lewis has got to be really careful here. He does have Diabolic Edict going. But he's taking a lot of damage. Dot Boss TPing back in. They might actually be able to kill Busted here. The stun misses by the strat though. And Busted, he seems a bit lost, but he should be able to just walk away. He has no mana though, and only 200 health, but there's no chance of Doc Boss killing him.
So a little bit of overextension there by the Radiant, but they do have to play this very aggressive to stop the Naga getting anything.
Are we going in the mid lane? Will's actually got March in the Machines already up to level 2, and with Samface being a melee hero and a Night Stalker, he's actually struggling to get any farm here. He's on 1 for 1, whereas the Tinker's on 8 for 5.
Same with the Darkseer at the bottom. No last hits yet. Jack is dominating this bottom lane.
He's got full lane control. Darkseer, he hasn't even got a single point of experience yet, even with that Iron Shell.
Not too sure why Yamakin is so scared of the Queen of Pain.
And we're going to
Very
actually
much
see a
a
Gale
camera.
going up on the Strack again, and that's going to be another kill. The Rubik and the Strack combinations just seems to be working. Sorry, the Rubik and Venomancer combination just seems to be working so well here. And yeah, speaking about Yamakin on the bottom lane, I'm surprised he's not a bit more aggressive because Furion's actually rotated down to the Radiance jungle. So he's having free farm down here. And it seems that that's why you have no idea about this. And I think Yamakin could afford to be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, he should have been a lot more aggressive in the early stages when they're both level 1. Bob hasn't got a lot to stop him.
Oh, it's happening again. Just getting caught out time after time. There's no mana for a Gale though, because that would have been a kill.
Mana coming up for the Gale now, so I think they're going to look for a pickup when the Rubik telekinesis is off cooldown.
And that's back up in 2 seconds. Lewis has actually popped a salve, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him alive. If he gets caught, or even the Naga gets caught, who's only on 300 HP. And they both fall out of regen. Lewis does have a magic stick, but it should be easy kills for the top lane. In bottom, Doxy is finally getting some XP as well, but Jack instantly point aggression on the moment he comes forward. A level 1 Darkseer versus level 5 Queen of Pain, and this should be an easy kill for Jack. He's got mana for one more screen now. One more right click,
No
and that will be
surge
the
from
kill.
Yamakin. Not sure why Yamakin was playing so passive in the early stages, and he's really destroyed himself now. He's got no hope against this Quap. He can't stand near. Hasn't got a surge.
And that will be Nagasari dead
Lewis
again.
goes down. Oh no, it was Nagasara going down at top with the Darkseer TPing in, but I'm not sure what Darkseer wants to achieve here with level 1.
He might be just to try and take some levels, but that decay is now up to level 2, and Yamakin, he's taking a lot of
Could be able
damage
to
from
take-
creeps.
Yeah. Darkseer should go down. Oh,
Split
Leshrac
off
with the
missed.
stun just protects him.
The TP coming in as well from Dog Boss. He gave enough pressure just to stop the Undying from getting another kill there. But Yami, he's going to at least get a few levels up here, but it leaves Jack. He's level 6 now on the Queen of Pain, and he's 19 for 18 in last hit, so nearly perfect CS coming out from him.
Jack is looking very strong at this bot lane.
It's
But
going
what
to be
he's
a force
building
reckon
towards,
with
he hasn't
him.
bought anything yet.
1600 gold just waiting now. I mean, we'll keep an eye on that. And how are we looking for Undying's gold as well? He's got his arcane boots finished, as well as 100 gold left over. So having pretty much some free aggression here. And Nagasari gets that Iron Shell. Maybe going to get some jungling done.
Prophet's moved back into the dire jungle. Looks like he's going for a Radiant, a Midas even.
Yeah, and he's going to need it if he
can
wants to
try
do
and get some
anything.
stuff.
But they're looking to gank the Tinker in middle. The Night Stalker, it's not nighttime yet, he's taking a lot of damage from the Marching Machines. Dot Boss was actually rotating in as well. And Furion was going to TP as well, but everybody cancelled everything, and back to farming.
So this looks like they switched up the Darkseer to the top lane. I'm not sure where the Naga Siren is planning to go to get some farm, because I don't think she can try and match up against this Queen of Pain now.
No.
Queen of Pain being level 7.
Queen of Pain actually bought a Strength Treads immediately. She's going to be able to put a lot of aggression down now with those.
The XP and gold difference is over 3,000 for the gold and nearly 3,000 for the XP. It's looking very strong in the favour of the Radiant at the moment.
But it has finally turned
Will put
nighttime,
some pressure
so
down.
we're going to see what Night Stalker is able to do now. He is only level 5 though, so he's not going to be able to extend that nighttime using Darkness yet. But he's instantly rotating top lane. He's only on half health. He's got to be a little bit afraid of what's going to happen. Full mana on both the Venomancer and the Rubik. So Sam's got to be careful, but he is looking to set something up, and whether they can do so or not will be interesting. We do have Naga Siren as well as Darkseer up here as well.
Feel that the Prophet should maybe look at maybe TPing in, but as Night Stalker comes back to the mid lane, so this is what I was saying with the difficulty of picking up Night Stalker. He has to do something in this nighttime. If he just spends this nighttime doing what he is at the moment, not worth the Night Stalker pick.
And he has his boots, but he doesn't have his bottle yet, and I'm guessing he's not going to go for one either, because he's just been struggling so much. Will getting just free farming these runes, and he's going to pick up a DD now as well. Might actually look up for a pickup on Falcon in the bottom lane. We're going to see a quick pause come out.
Top boss is just disconnected as Bustin goes on him at top.
He's dead anyway. That's most likely true. He did get fade bolted as well. Everything else coming out from the Radiant. Well, at least the Radiant are being. At least that's what you get being respectful with a pause. He is dead anyway. There's no way he's going to survive. He's got 200 HP. He's already been decayed. Oh, poor Naga Siren. We can have a look at the last hits as well. Naga Siren's only managed to pick up 8 for 0. While the Undying's got 25 for 1, so as far as the hard carries go, Naga's definitely been shut down at this point. Bustin's, they're both level 5, but Bustin's definitely got a big advantage in this lane. And the Queen of Pain is what I think is going to be the scariest thing for the Dire at this point. 36 for 22 on her. Got a magic wand as well as the tread's complete. She's going to be a force to
Thing
be
is
reckoned
here,
with.
if Jack goes for an early scepter, his ultimate will do so much damage, it's just going to crush any of the L5 heroes that don't have decent health pool.
No, definitely. But the deciding factor for L5, I think, is going to be the Furion. He's very close to that Hand of Midas now, and he should be able to start getting some farm up. And they might just be able to split push the way to victory, but they have a Tinker to contend with.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult, so the Prophet will have to try and keep his team in the game by rotating around the map and trying not to get picked off, but the Tinker's going to be doing exactly the same.
It's going to be difficult for him to push as well, because Tinker can TP a lot more often. In fact, where is the Boots of Travels? They're going to be close. We're
Back in
1500
the
away.
game, and Dot Boss does get away.
Wow,
But
the
it looks like
surge.
Yamakin has sacrificed himself.
It will be the case.
And now the Radiant should take this T1 top tower.
The Tombstone's up, so the Dire can't really come in and defend this, and there goes the tower. Destroyed by Venomancer. Samface has rotated, he's looking for the kill on Whelp. The Furion all will hit as well, but he's not going to be able to put that aggression down with the Undying now. Just too much health still.
Can be very worrying for Samface. Is coming towards the end of this night time. He's not even level 6 yet. Looks like he's running back to base. He hasn't really achieved anything this night time.
Yeah, nice
There's
stuff,
a
definitely
pick by
troubling.
Naga Siren and Undying with a split from Naga Siren. Can't get away from the Rubik and dying.
Bustin might actually go down here. One more right click from Yami. Oh, the decay. It's so hard to kill him.
So
Furion's
tanky.
going to TP in, and there's the ulti pop from Bustin. So we do have the regen coming out, but it's not going to be enough for him. He's going to go down, and then this might be actually be a double kill for Falcon. Nope, nice stuff comes in for the pick off. So there's a bit of collateral picked up there. They actually killed. Was it just Lewis? Was it just the Leshrac that went down there? So it was a 2-for-1 exchange. Bit of overextension once again from him. That's what you get. Maybe being a bit overconfident. There's Samface. He's going to get lasered up by Tinker. But he's going to keep the aggression on anyway. He doesn't have a point in that silence yet. Just 2 points in Void. And it's not
Feel
enough.
that maybe he should have taken the 1 point in the silence.
In fact, he's
They hit
going
him a lot
deep
of
for this
TPs.
one. Many TPs coming in. This will be the death of Sam. Overextending far too much. He should have backed off the moment he saw those TPs in. There was actually 4 TPs in the end coming into this mid lane.
There's a lot of panic there from Sam because he knows that he's got to be doing something in this night time while he gets the buff from it, and trying to force something there onto Will because he knows doesn't get anything this night time. Will just take over the mid lane and he will not be able to contest it anymore.
And Ruby gets the kill off the Terra mid lane.
has fallen.
So now Prophet needs to start pushing somewhere. 2 towers down for the Dire. And Dot Boss.
Prophet's gone to the bot lane, starting to push the bot lane, but it looks like Tinker's TPing in to stop him.
And he's only 400 gold away from those bits of travels as well. It's going to be so hard for them to push soon. Jack picks up a haste rune. It looks like they're going to be looking for some pick-offs in mid lane. I think Ruby did just show himself. Yamaking with the pings on him. So all the Dire just back off now. And Yamakin's only level 4. Needs to get some levels on his Starks here.
Samface is coming, he's very out of position. Naga comes in to follow up, and the Yamakin's coming in, but the Undying is doing so much damage, and here comes the Queen of Pain. So much damage coming out from the Radiant. Ruby's trying to get picked off.
Oh, there's a sleep by Naga, but she... Oh, very nearly went down. And there's Rubik's Fate Bolt just to finish him off. And then busts in. He may have an iron shot on him, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go for Falcon. And Falcon will get picked off. It's a 3-for-1 exchange at the moment. Louis trying to run himself away. And Yamakin, what's he doing? He's coming very close to this Undying. Gets netted by the stolen net from Rubik. And it should be his death. Fate Bolt as well. And
I'm not too
Rubik...
sure why the Darkseer is iron shelling the Undying, because it's not doing any damage to him while the iron shell's on him.
Yeah, with Undying being a
Taking
melee
no
one as
damage
well.
there.
Everyone else is ranged. You don't have to stand anywhere near Undying. Done perfectly fine.
The only Radiant hero taking any damage there is the Rubik. That's not important. Rubik support is good, but you want to be focusing the others. And here comes Samface onto the Undying. How much damage can they do?
But level 8 on this Rubik. Oh, Rubik nearly actually went down. The split of misses from Lewis.
Tombstone goes down.
He's going to pop the Edict. But they need to kill this Tombstone off, or Bustin's going to be able to have free roam in this fight. He's actually nearly killed Doc Boss.
Tanking so much and doing so much damage from the Tombstone.
Sam is trying to right click it down, but it's not enough. Yamakin's going to go down to the Fate Ball from Rubik. And then everyone else has to run off. Tombstone's just too healthy. I believe that's a level 4 Tombstone from the Undying. Indeed it. No, it's actually level 3 one. So much
He's
health.
so strong right now for the Radiant team.
And Dot Boss then, he was about to run into bottom lane to farm it, but Tinker TPing in. Does have those bits of travels now. Now, it would have been a death of Doc if he carried on walking there. Good awareness. But tier 2 Terror in mid lane is getting pushed down now.
TP coming in from Nightstalker to try and defend it, but not sure what he can do if the Radiant try to go, decide to go on him. Looking a bit defensive at the moment, as busting is nearly half health and less than half mana.
That Tombstone, he's back up in 3 seconds. He actually manages to get to decay on 2 people there. And the net coming out from taking care. And now they're going to try and pick up Samface. Now they're going to pull Lewis back in. He gets galed. There's a Tombstone again. Decay coming out. But Lewis, he's able to survive this one. Now there's actually 4 heroes for the Dire here in mid lane. They're going to want to do something.
There's so much harass coming out from the Radiant team. If you look, nearly all of the Dire heroes on half health. And Dot Boss gets picked up, splits, but not sure what he can do here. Busting, popping the ultimate. He's got no mana.
Jack.
And here comes Jack. So strong.
Gonna clean in, probably triple kill. That will be indeed.
Just got so much XP from that bot lane not being contested at all by the Darkseer.
And he's only 400 gold away from his Aghanim, so the game's only going to get worse now for last 5. I wasn't surprised if we see an early GG call coming out. But they're probably going to play it out till the end.
Yeah, I think that's what they will do.
They're very spirited players, they don't like giving up this early, but as you're looking on the graphs, as far as XP goes, it's nearly 8,000 in the way of the Radiant. And for gold, it's actually 12,000 advantage now. It's going to be so hard for them to come back from this one. And Tinker's actually just freely pushing the bottom tier 2. But it looks like they're going to try and get a pick off. Sam is walking close. Nothing he can do. Didn't get that mini stun off from Void. Stop the TP.
Prophet's trying to counter push this top lane, but the Radiant don't seem to matter. They're just going to keep pushing by the looks of it.
And this is where our Tinker pick comes in. TP's up, just stops the push.
Prophet knows he can't contest his Tinker. The Tinker's just too strong at the moment.
Yeah, Prophet only has a Midas and Treads at the moment. He's not got enough damage coming out to start taking fights with anybody. And then they're rotating for bottom tower in tier 2. See what I can get here. Jack actually gets voided up there. He's a little low on health, but should be able to.
Still not sure why Nightstalker still hasn't taken a point in descriptive here to silence the Queen of Pain. Very strong silence. In the night time, 5 seconds. Shut down the Queen of Pain.
And maybe beat daytime now as well. I don't think they're going to be able to take this fight. They're going to be able to freely push their second tier 2 terror of the game.
Venomancer just dropping the Plague Walls to put pressure on the tower.
Oh, they're actually going to back off here. Not surprising. Queen of Pain has left. Going to farm the woods for a bit. And there's a 4-man rotation, sorry, in the bottom lane for the Dire. They're trying to get some pickups wherever they can, but busting decays everybody, and he's got 1,000 health now. How can I manage this? Darkseer in these levels. He's level 6. He's only got 1 point in that vacuum. I mean,
Just look through the Dire items. They've still all got boots of speed. Apart from the Nature's Prophet, they're all just so low on money. Darkseer has absolutely nothing apart from his boots since the start of the game.
Yeah, really struggling to pick up items, and if he's going to work towards that pipe, then it's a long way away yet. We actually see Nature's Prophet picking up Will there on Tinker. Looks like we had a TP in as well as Nightstalker.
Very good though. They needed to start getting some pickoffs, but it's still 17-5 on the kills. Not looking great.
And the mech's already done on Rubik, and that's a tier 2 tower for them.
They just need to not overextend here, just turtle a little bit and let Prophet try and push out the lanes, keep some pressure on.
He does have 2,000 gold on him now, so he's starting to pick up some items. Let's have a look at our gold per minute real quick. Where is it? There it is. So we actually have 417 on the Nature's Prophet. He's keeping up. He's actually got more gold per minute than the Undying. But as far as the other heroes go...
He's getting caught out of the bot lane. He's dropped the Tombstone. He's doing a lot of damage. 3 versus 1. In comes the Rubik. Finish it off with a double kill. Picks up the Leshrac and looks like the end for Leshrac as well. They thought they could pick up Buster there 3v1 and he still just tanks it with his ultimate. It's so strong.
And Queen of Pain actually blinking in.
Diving.
Ulti. Jack does have that Aghanim Scepter, so he managed to do a lot of damage. Jack just survives with 30 HP. Samface is going to go down as well. It's a full team wipe. They're going to push the barracks. It's an ultra kill for the Rubik. And this should be the GG called out.
So strong. They blew so much to try and get Bustin down and he's just taken no damage. He's already back to his full health with the HUD and his ultimate.
I was just wondering whether anybody on the Dire bought back, but then I realised that they're all so low level that the respawn time is just so short. Everyone back instantly.
Highest level on the Dire team being the Prophet, but then it's a big 3-level gap to the Night Stalker.
Night Stalker just didn't manage to get anything. He struggled to get the farm against the Tinker. Marching the Machine's just shutting down way too much.
Night Stalker and the Naga are less lower level than the supports Radiant team, and when that happens, it's such a bad position to be in.
Yeah, level 8 on the Night Stalker. He's only got that urn up. Doesn't even have his phase boots yet. And we're 16 minutes into the game. Ping's coming out from Roshan from busting. Then we get the Aegis and I want to push for the win. And this should be a free Roshan pickup. But I think they're aware
Nothing to
because...
contest it.
Yeah, Lucy's on his way down. But there is a tombstone there, so if they try and fight in this rush pit, it's actually not going to work that well for the Dire. Lewis actually just placed a ward. And he will see the Venomancer.
But what they can do here, looks like Roshi's just going to go down. Really.
I don't really think they can rotate. They just want to take this little bit of time to get some levels. Night Stalker up to level 8 now, and Yamakin on the Dogs here, still only level 6. But not
Struggling to
Siren.
tank this Roshan, a lot of the Radiant team taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, they don't really have anybody that can really tank it. We're busting not able to get any decays off on any other heroes. It's quite difficult for them.
Pop the mech to keep them back up, just in case the Dire were keeping an eye and jumped in to steal it. The Rubik takes the Aegis on the...
Ultra kill support Rubik. But Rubik actually has Darkseer's wall here for this fight, which is going to be pretty interesting. He's still got half the duration on his spell still as well, so he's got plenty of time to use that. I'm actually surprised that Darkseer got a wall this early, but I suppose they've been pushing to the base that hard that he's had to. He's only level 1 in vacuum now. Now Rubik with this Aegis. He's going to come in, he's going to try and find Yamakin, but Yamakin's just going to be able to walk away, even using that surge to keep himself safe. While the rest of the Radiant now are just going to push themselves into the base. Here comes the defense.
They're just going to push up this bot lane.
Falcon actually TPing top with Dot Boss. They're going to try and get at least one tower before this game finishes. They'll be in this top lane. Still on half health, but should be an easy push. Dot Boss actually really needs to get back because Jack just kills off Darkseer so easily.
So much damage coming out from the Queen of Pain and the Tinker. There's just so much nuke they've got. So much sustainability in the Undying. Just stays in the fight for so long.
And it's a bit of tier 3 tower going down. And Rubik just manning up, trying to find Lewis.
So the Nagasar is just TPing back, keeping the illusions pushing, but not sure what kind of defense they can put up here.
We actually already have the pipe complete on Undying as well. It is night time now, so... Well, in fact, the darkness was popped by Night Stalker, but Jack's going to blink in. He's going to kill 2. And this is going to be GG.
Rubik's going in. Maybe he's looking to put down that wall. Get silenced though, it's going to get picked off.
This Aegis Rubik.
The mech's keeping him up.
And the wall actually ran out.
Wow.
But they're going to pick up 4. Yamakin's going to go down.
And the mechanism just keeping the Rubik up. So strong.
And the barracks have gone down. A lot of pressure coming in from the bottom lane now, but this is over. There's no way the Dire team can come back from this. We did expect a one-sided match, and it was kind of shown. The Undying pick was very early, and I just don't think Last 5 drafted well enough to try and counter him.
So just putting some pressure on the towers. Oh, as they get distracted by the Naga Siren. And the Rubik's at the top.
He's actually got split off. He's going to actually use it back on Lewis and kill him off really easy.
They're just stuck in the base now, this is so over. Busting gets 4-staffed in.
Oh, poor guy.
I'm not sure if that was by his own team or by somebody else.
Venomancer actually has 3 point boosters on him now. So he's looking to build triple Aghanim Scepter. Jack's beyond godlike. 11 for 0 on him, playing a really strong game, dominating that bottom lane, and the aggressive tri lane managed to completely shut down the Naga Siren. I just don't think the Dire expected the combination of the telekinesis. Oh, Rubik. Got to interrupt myself because the Treants. Is that to use his stick? Oh, poor guy. Dies the Treants. But yeah, they just didn't manage to defend this tri lane themselves well enough. Because the Undying pick was so much. At level 2 they could just tower dive that easily.
Undying is such a strong hero in the tri lane, and they had to really contest the Darkseer bottom. The Darkseer hasn't got anything. It didn't even when the Queen of Pain was level 4. Darkseer was still level 1 with no XP picked up.
It's actually 25,000 difference in XP at this point. Another kill for Jack. Blinking, Scream of Pain. Thanks for coming. Now Yamakin gets picked up. He's going to use Surge. Tinker's going to force that laser. I know, it's just bounty farming. We're just waiting for the game to finish. Still no GG call, so they're going to farm up as much gold as possible. Rubik actually has a Maelstrom complete now. There we go. GG call out by Yamakin. And that will be the first game over. That's what you get, picking up 3 points in the group stages. And looking to advance themselves in through to the into the playoff stages.
So a pretty quick finish there, 20 minutes, that's what I said. They were looking for with the Queen of Pain, Tinker and the Undying, very mid-game strong heroes.
Yeah, 33 for 7, well 34 for 7. The final score of this game. But yeah, that will be a good game, so stick around guys. We're going to be casting Han Portal versus Asian Girls next. I believe Asian Girls is actually a mixed team of players that didn't get themselves a team for the tournament. So we're going to see how this goes. They're going to be going up against Han Portal, and that will be, I believe that's Group B as well.
Yeah, that is indeed Group B.
So yeah, stick around and we shall see you soon.
Death comes in at the ears.
Oh man, what a game.